Hello, Truth Soldiers. I wanted to share with you guys some footage of the firmament yet again. There's more. In the past, we have looked at footage that was shared from actually PBS or Nova when they documented a phenomenon known as lightning sprites. Of course, the footage went viral and then it was taken down from our channel until Nova actually deleted their own footage. And then their footage came back on our channel, but we had shared it describing how it relates to a phenomenon mentioned in Enoch, a phenomenon that is now known as lightning sprites. And the word sprite actually means disembodied spirit. So I think it's odd that they call it that, given that it is coming down, like lightning from above. But this phenomenon, if you're new to this topic, has a lot to do with something we could replicate in the lab, and that is known as a plasma ball lamp. This is considered a plasma phenomenon, and they say it happens way up there at the ionosphere. I think it is slightly higher than what they call the ionosphere, but not much higher. It's the limits that we can go. And these things are massive, nearly 60 miles wide when you look at them on these current understanding versions where people are just trying to assume they know how large these things are. And this is a chart that was created by a person who is one of the top experts, Paul Smith, and he is a photographer of these, and he has captured more photos and videos of these than anyone in history, I believe. And I wanted to add a little to it. I put a little rock here. That's Mount Everest. That's about how big Mount Everest would be in comparison to a lightning sprite. So if these things were as big as they say they are, they're still massive, and I believe they are coming from the firmament based on the footage we have shown in the past. And I wanted to show you the new footage. For those of you who have seen the old footage, I'll have it linked in the description. But the new footage right here, I've got it in iMovie pulled up so I can play it really slow. You're looking at the sky. Those little dots are stars, and cameras have a hard time keeping up with how fast these things are. They're extremely fast. You need special cameras with really quick shutter speeds and frame rates. And so right here, you'll see I'm talking about, there's a burst up high, I believe, coming down from up above near the firmament. And you can see something is shooting out of this barrier right here, like we've seen time and time again. Look at that. Energy shooting down, just like a plasma ball lamp. When something from outside the barrier of a plasma ball lamp touches it, that's what happens. You have that discharge. Enoch was saying that the stars are related to this phenomenon, objects that are above the firmament. Just check that out. I'm going to play it in reverse and then forward again. Slowing this way down, 5% its original speed. Amazing. Look at that. Looks like the stars are doing something unique every time this happens. Right there. And we'll compare this right here with the footage from Nova that I was talking about, going slow. There's a wave moving across this barrier, just like a wave in the ocean. And you saw, I'm pausing it real quick, something light up. That's what I think's interesting. See if I can stop it right on the spot. Right there. Keep looking right there as we play this footage. You'll see those stars most likely being involved with this, just like Enoch said, playing peekaboo. Look at that. Like two blinking eyes right there before that shoots out. I don't think that's random. I don't think that's just a glitch in the signal. They're taking a video from a plane above a storm where these things happen. After that wave moves across the barrier, showing us that there's something there. Waves don't just move across air usually like that. Something impacted from up above the firmament, just like a plasma ball lamp. Those stars rising up like it says. Look at that. Beautiful display power. They say this is millions of volts of electricity. Here it is upside down so you can compare it to waves in the water. Very similar. Here's a geyser compared to that. Look at that geyser. It looks like the lightning sprite we just saw, but upside down. So you flip that over. Look at the similarities. That's why we have lunar waves here, I believe. So lots of cool things with that barrier up above us. Filmed many times. Phenomenon that don't make sense on the sun god model. Waves across luminaries. Again, there's the plasma ball lamp aspect I was talking about. You can break the barrier and these things no longer work. No matter how much electricity you give them, they can just make tiny little sparks. You have to have a barrier for that phenomenon. And so wanted to share that with you guys. We got a lot going on. We have our conference coming up. I think I am prepared for it. I just need to finish packing. We're leaving on Friday morning really early. I'll be riding down with Mikey Jenny and his wife Aubrey from Candid Truth and possibly my brother, hoping he can still go. And so we will be going there. If you guys want to meet us, it's in Texas. Go to truthercon.com. You can find details there. We're not going to be talking about the firmament. I'm going to be talking about some interesting things, and it's stuff that I cannot wait to share. After I share it there, I will break it down and actually probably go into greater depth in a video because there's a lot of things I'm cutting out due to time constraints. We have 45 minutes. I have like 120 slides I want to share, and I'm going to be sharing less than 100. And so I have so many things that I'm chopping out, and I'm going to try and share all of those with you guys. And you guys will need to share them with the world because these are things that are going to destroy these doctrines of demons that have been pushed and forced to this very day on our children. And so I'm looking forward to doing that. Pray for me, though. A lot of what we're going to be saying is going to expose directly those involved and their connections. And so I thank you guys for your prayers and your support on this adventure. And I wanted to give you something real quick before we go because I know it'll probably be a week or so after we get back before I can actually make another video. But I wanted to share this because it's been sitting here in the iMovie studio for a couple months now. This footage of the firmament. Just haven't had a chance to sit down and look at it with you guys, but here it is. I believe this is Paul Smith, his doings. I know it's really hard to make out what you're seeing. The background right here, this is distant clouds at the horizon. So that's what you're seeing there. That's not mountains or anything. So he's looking up. There's the clouds. Well above the clouds, I would say anywhere from 70 to 100 miles high is where these things are. They could be higher. I don't know. I haven't measured the firmament. No one has, but it's way up there. Could be thousands of miles. These things could be higher and larger than we are imagining them to be. It's all based on our imagination from our tiny little perspectives on the ground. No one has ever touched one of these things or sampled them because they are so fast. They are like camera flashes. They're there and then they're gone. So it takes special equipment to film them. If you have the know-how and expertise to do that with some really good frame rate cameras where you can actually capture these things, please try to do so. And if you end up getting some good footage, let us know. We would love to share it. But that is it. That's all I have. You guys are the best. Hopefully, I can see some of you guys this Saturday and Sunday in Dallas, Texas at TrutherCon. We will be speaking on Sunday towards the end of the day, unless the schedule changes. But either way, I'm hoping to see a lot of you there in person. It's always a blessing to do that. But that's it for now. We love you. The Father loves you, and we will see you next time.